People are gobbling up all the goblins in the NFT space, drama amongst bears in this bear market, and this Hollywood star was stolen. Only this star is a Bored Ape. Let's slide into your NFT update. Goblins, unicorns, mosquitoes, oh my. This week, Goblintown.WTF flipped Bored Apes, becoming the #1 on OpenSea in terms of sales volume with over $8 million worth of sales in its first day. Goblintown is a somewhat grotesque collection of creatures, including trolls, dragons, wizards, and mosquitoes that started on Wednesday with the floor price of about a half an ETH and has since tripled in value, now trading at about 1.5. Who would have thought people would actually buy mosquitoes? I'm typically over here trying to kill as many as possible. There's a rumor that Yuga Labs, the creators of Bored Ape Yacht Club, were behind the goblins, but now that doesn't appear to be the case. The goblin creators are unknown, and the project seemingly popped up out of nowhere. Their website domain was only registered 2 weeks ago, and currently there's no Discord, roadmap, or utility. But people on Twitter have been gobbling these up in a Twitter space that was full of incoherent, gurgling, guttural cries and goblin speak, whatever that is. I was actually in there. It sounded like... The goblins also have a female counterpart, Goblin Girls. We're not sure if the collections are from the same creators, but the project have linked their Twitter accounts. So if you want a goblin, but you prefer one shooting light out of her chest, Goblin Girls are for you. So what do you think? Has the bear market officially driven people insane? Or are goblins the next apes? Leave a comment below and tell us if you'd buy yourself a goblin. Goblin D's nuts. Oh. And speaking of the bear market, there's some drama going down amongst the bears. And no, I'm not talking about people who've been foretelling a bear market. I'm talking about owners of a Solana NFT collection called OK Bears, which gained popularity among various NFT enthusiasts, including Luke Jackson of the Atlanta Braves. Go Braves. When OK Bears launched in April 2022, the project started at a price point of 1.5 Solana and has recently reached a price of 218 Solana and over 100 million Solana trading volume on various NFT platforms. But scandal ensued when a copycat project called Not OK Bears popped up on the ETH blockchain. They're simply mirror images of the OK Bears with an excessively snarky project description. Bears on the blockchain that actually works, which threw shade at the original project's choice to run on Solana. Not OK Bears also donated 20% of their proceeds to the Mental Health Impact Index, joining in popular online mental health discourse and making the project even more attractive to collectors. The copycat topped the NFT volume charts in the first 2 days after it launched in May of 2022. But as they say, don't poke the bear. Because collectors of the original OK Bears were furious and started complaining to OpenSea about IP rights, OpenSea ended up delisting Not OK Bears 2 days after their launch on May 18th. And speaking of not being okay, actor-producer Seth Green, kind of known for Chris on Family Guy and creator of Robot Chicken, lost the star of his upcoming NFT show, his Bored Ape. Green fell prey to a phishing website that absconded with several of his NFTs. Green's show White Horse Tavern is based on his extensive NFT collection, and the trailer, which he premiered last week at VCon, extensively featured his stolen Bored Ape. All of this sparked questions about whether Green can go forward with the show now that he no longer owns the NFT. Yuga Labs owns the copyrights to the Bored Apes and the Mutant Apes, but gives collectors an unlimited worldwide license to use, copy, and display the purchased art, as well as create derivative works based on the Bored Ape intellectual property. This license does not exclude buyers who might obtain the NFTs through criminal means. Green has been tweeting at Darkwing84, who bought the stolen NFT and then transferred it to a collection called the GBE Vault. If Darkwing84 bought the ape without knowing it was stolen, it could seriously throw a monkey wrench into Green's plans for the show, since Darkwing now owns the underlying IP associated with the White Horse Tavern show. He said, "I bought that ape in July 2021 and have spent the last several months developing and exploiting the IP to make it the star of the show," he said at the VCon panel. Then days before he's set to make his world debut, he is literally kidnapped. Green says he's prepared to go to court, but hopes to solve the issue with Darkwing directly. And hey, that's all we got for you today. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll be here next week to bring you more NFT goodness.